says, Narad to Krishna, I am your best devotee, I love you so much, I am your best bhakta. And Krishna said, not really, there is another fellow who is doing a better job than you. So Narad said, how can anybody love you more than I do, Krishna? Krishna said, come with me, I'll just show you. And then they took him to a place where there was a farmer working very hard, sweating all day, plowing his field, reaping the harvest, working hard. At home he would go at night, he'd play with his children and take his bath, have his meal, and then just before going to bed, he would repeat the name of Krishna 3 times and go to sleep and start snoring. Narad said, that's your best devotee? This is rubbish compared to me. Krishna said, okay, we'll test you out. Here, this is the way we do your test. We give you a bowl which is filled to the brim with oil. Here is a little bowl, filled to the brim with oil. Your duty, Narad, is to go around this village without spilling a drop of oil. Do it now. And Narad says, this is a tough test, but doesn't matter, I'm going to win. So Narad held the bowl very carefully, and the road was very rocky, and still he managed to make sure that he goes around the village without spilling a single drop. He finished his round and came back to Krishna and said, I have finished, not a single drop fell down. Said Krishna, my second question to you is, when you did the round, how many times did you repeat my name? He said, you told me to focus on the bowl, how can I I did. See, this is the story of this farmer. He is day and night devoted to his duty, fulfilling his duty to the letter, and yet he finds time to repeat my name 3 times a day. You couldn't do it 3 times a day. You couldn't do it. He is a greater devotee. What is the idea behind this? And why did Ramakrishna use this story? You see, it is telling us this. Do not feel frustrated if you have to lead a householder's life. Provided you have that tremendous faith and this tremendous love for God, you fulfill your duty to the letter. Make sure you fulfill it fully. Do not do a half-hearted job. At the same time, this kind of strong, anchor that you have on God is not lost. You see, with Narad, the anchor disappeared. With one duty, disappeared. With a householder, he got hundreds of duties. And even fulfilling these hundreds of duties, you can still maintain your anchor. This God. You won. You win. And Ramakrishna used 2 words that were sometimes misunderstood. He said, Kamini Kanchan are the 2 greatest distractions in modern times. Look, here is a modern proponent of religion who is going to tell us, the modern world, what are our serious drawbacks, or what we should watch out for. And he kept using the word Kamini, Kanchan. Now, Kamini means normally woman, and Kanchan means gold. So you might think he's saying no woman, no gold. He's highly biased, surely. He means lust and greed. Lust and greed are the biggest killers. If we all are very honest with ourselves and we start analyzing our own lives, how we lead our lives, you will see that these 2 occupy all our activities. These 2 control us, they dictate to us, and we have great difficulty in getting out of it. And it's only that he warned men to be careful about women. He would warn women too. When women came to see him, he would say, look daughters, be very careful that this idea of lust does not arise in your mind. So just as he would warn men to make sure that lust is kept under harness, and after marriage, after birth of 1 or 2 children, make sure you put it on the back burner, and now rise above this animal instinct. He would say the same to the women. So it is not an issue of women, it is an issue of lust. This idea of gold, let me just show you to what extent this person practices the idea of non-attachment to money. Remember I said, when he was practicing his disciplines, he would take 1 rupee and some clay and pour it in the Ganga and saying, rupee, Ganga, I can't see any difference. You may think it's silly to throw away money, but he was really disciplining himself to can't see the distinction between these 2, and he could not. Also, he could not distinguish between men and women. This is a big thing. You may think, is it that big? Just let me tell you. If for an instant, even for a short time in our lives, we are able to rise above this idea of gender issue, we are able to rise above it, do you know how dramatic it is? At the moment, if you see a beautiful person pass by, a male or a female, our eyes stick. They follow her. Even though we are trying to control ourselves, our eyes stick and they follow. And we think it's ticklish. It's not ticklish, it is slavery. Slavery. We are being dragged. When you are able to lift yourself away even for a short moment, where you can see women no longer as an object, but as as an individual, the moment you're able to lift yourself up, the sigh of relief you will have, you will see the world in a different light. Thank God you don't get somebody, it's like putting a ring around your nose and being dragged around. That is stopped for forever. You can lift yourself above that. Very few people succeed, but if you succeed, it gives you such relief, such tremendous, you say thank God, because half your burden is gone. Because half the time, either we are male or female, we are dragged, we are stuck. Our eyes catch attention, they get stuck and they follow. And we become slaves. We are not the masters, we are slaves, and we still think it's ticklish. In the story of Ramakrishna, you see, wherever he saw women, any women, you remember the story I did about he was taken to the house of ill repute to try and make him normal? He sees women and he says, mother, you are here. Just imagine we have, for example, even a short time in our life where we see every woman is the blissful divine mother. Just imagine how it will lift us up. You see, instead of being dragged down, we are lifted up. So women no longer is something to fear. It is something to revere, to feel comfortable with. There's one story about one youngster who used to come to Ramakrishna. Since his young days, he hated women. He hated girls. He would keep, shush girls away. If the girls came near him, he would shush them away. Little boy. When he came to Ramakrishna, he said, I hate women. Ramakrishna, my boy, you are caught in their clutches. By hating them, you are caught in their clutches. Don't you see? You have to go beyond this idea of that they are women and see them as the blissful image of the Divine Mother. And then you are safe, my boy. That's the only way you escape. Otherwise you get caught in the clutches. This boy later on became like that.